Next up, we got Why You Never Poke Larry Bird. Trash talk story. Now, we ain't reacting to Larry Bird in a smooth John minute. If y'all want more Larry Bird videos, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to come back with all these Larry Bird story times. Y'all be loving these story times. So you don't keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, let's just hop into it.
Absolutely love the Larry Bird trash talk stories, and this one is one of the greatest and funniest trash talking moments of all time. Now, a few months ago, I posted a Larry Bird video that did quite well on this channel, and it featured Dominique and the Atlanta Hawks, but this video is separate to that, and this trash talking moment happened a few years later. This is the time that Larry Bird went in on Spud Webb, Dominique Wilkins, Doc Rivers, and the whole Atlanta Hawks team, and it is hilarious. Larry Bird is one of the greatest players of all time, but he's arguably the greatest trash talker of all time as well, and this video proves that. So if you do enjoy videos just like this one, I'd really appreciate if you guys could hit that like button if you do enjoy it by the end of the video. Subscribe if you are new for videos just like this one. I also want to give full credit to all the podcast interviews and clips used in this video. They are on the screen right now, so be sure to check them out in their entireties. I don't want to keep you guys waiting, so this is the reason why you don't trash talk Larry Bird, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
It's like a movie. Hey.
You guys played the Celtics, Big Three, in the playoffs, '88. What were those matchups like?
They're brutal.
We were trying to go at each other's throat.
It was unbelievable. I mean, Game 7.
Game 7 of the 1988 Eastern Conference semifinals. For Dominique Wilkins and the Hawks, and Larry Bird and the Celtics. It was a time to test their championship resolve. For 3 quarters, the teams fought to a standstill. But it was only a prelude to what was to come.
Yo, this is sweet. Yo, I haven't seen a video like this ever.
The final quarter began. A grueling personal contest of can you top this was about to begin.
Okay.
Here's Wilkins. That's what they must have. It's a duel. Put down your saber.
Ooh.
2 men who brought out the best in each other.
All right, here we go. 1988.
While I was in college, I used to watch and get Sports Illustrated, and I remember seeing Dominique Wilkins. I said, man, I would love to play with this guy. I didn't know anything about the Hawks, but it was like, I would love to play with him. And then ended up getting drafted by Atlanta. Now Nick's my teammate. And I was like, I mean, a dream come true.
You think about those Atlanta teams with Dominique and Spud and Doc Rivers.
Tree Rollins.
And so we, you know, they for sure had the respect of us. Kevin Willis was a good player, and Dominique and Doc Rivers and Spud Webb came off their bench.
And Randy with
Tree Rollins.
Kevin
Willis.
Willis.
Kevin Willis, yeah.
Jump hook, Cliff Robinson.
Cliff Levinson.
The original big
Oh
dog.
my God.
We were grown, we were young, we were really athletic. We had that energy that a team would need. And all we had to do was build chemistry, begin to understand each other's games, weaknesses and strengths. And we did that, and we started to flourish after the first 4 or 5 years.
They were a deep team that could score the ball, and if we weren't at our best, we were in trouble.
But with that team, they were so fun to watch because Dominique was the headliner, but everyone else around him. When you talk about Spud Webb, they would come over and play with us across the street at Georgia Tech. You say, this little joker can flat out go. First small guy getting the dunk contest, win the dunk contest, all that hype around them. The question would be, when it got crunch time, the other team would outsmart them. That was their downfall.
That was a pretty good bunch to not win it all, and they had that one. Remember the Dominique, Larry Bird, big shootout?
It's Game 7 in 1988 against the Atlanta Hawks. Dominique and Larry Bird.
One of the most clutch moments. I remember watching it as a kid. Got me hyped. I went outside and started shooting outside in the playground. Pretending I was both of y'all. But
1988.
That had to be one of the best moments.
Conference semifinals. Neek and Bird.
Game 7, the Dominique Bird series.
Shot for shot.
Shot for shot.
Dominique and Bird going back and forth.
You know, we should have eliminated them in 6.
Well, the whole series was crazy. Game 1 and 2, the Celtics won by like a combined 80 points. Like they blew us out.
As the Hawks found themselves
80 points?
final game.
Huh? 80 points? Did y'all even score? Y'all blew about 80? That's literally...
Found a way to slither through the Celtic defense, putting together a career best.
You scored 0 points.
Igniting the Hawks to a much-needed victory.
I remember coming back for Game 3 to Atlanta, and the big article in Atlanta Journal was put a fork in them, we're done. You know, and then we win Game 3 and then win Game 4. Go into Boston and win Game 5, and that was a great game. I think we took control.
The Atlanta Hawks just will not surrender to the favored Boston Celtics.
It's kind of a clash of two worlds. In Bird, you've got somebody who's already an icon. He's already been sanctified as a Boston Saint. And Dominique represents a different kind of basketball.
We had him, Matt, the one time we were up 3-2.
We won Game 5 in Boston. We was not supposed to win that game, you know, the critics say. So we knew going to Game 6, I said, man, we could advance and we can beat these guys.
The frenetic Hawks, led by the Freakazoid, had old school Boston by the throat. Up 3-2 in the best-of-7 series.
All Atlanta has to do is go down to Atlanta and close the series out.
And then the last play in Game 6 was, you know, Dominique and I were the two guys that score.
And at the end of the game, we drew up a play.
I called a timeout because they knew what we were running. We called another one.
It turned into a broken.
They knew what they were running. That sound like Larry Bird. Because remember, you saying a lot of Larry Bird knowing the plays. Larry Bird literally is like the most complete player of all time. He knew everything. Bro's predicting the future. Bro's not even a human anymore. He's alien. Let's be honest. Bro's not even human. You know what I'm saying? That literally sounds like Larry Bird.
Out because they knew what we were running. We called another one.
It turned into a broken play.
I inbounded the ball to Cliff Livingston, and he was supposed to dribble handoff to either me or Dominique. DJ read it, and he top-sided me. Cliff looked at Dominique, and then Cliff went on his own.
I went to basket left-hand running hook. I was mad.
Cliff's right-handed. He shot a left-handed hook shot.
Livingston, no.
So
Boston has won the game.
Wow.
The play was supposed to come to me, and I'm like, Woody, don't break the play, bro. And so we ended up losing that game, and after the game.
And I remember this old lady at the airport. I mean, and I'm not exaggerating. She may have been 80. You know, had her little purse, and she walks up to me. Hey, Rivers, you thought you wasn't coming back, did you? I will never forget that. I wish I knew who that lady was.
Barry made a prediction. He said, Atlanta blew their opportunity. I'm guaranteeing a win in Boston.
Well, they had their chance. You know, they had a big chance to beat us. I think now that we're going to come out and play like we did tonight, but we're going to be at home. And our shots are going to be dropping a little bit better, and we're going to be running a little bit faster. So I'd say Sunday's going to be a big win for the Celtics.
And we had to look at that, right? I guarantee a win. Atlanta blew their opportunity. And I'm like, hey, I don't know what Bird talking about. We have a great opportunity. We going in there. We going to kick their butt. We coming to win. I don't care what he said. We get to Boston, and we walk out of the locker room, and I stop. I said, we going to win this bleep game. I said, if you ain't ready to fight, you ain't ready to go to war. If you guys ain't ready to fight, you ain't ready to go to war, don't even come out in the court. Don't come out here. I said, whoever guarding me tonight going to have a long night. Unfortunately, Bird was saying the same thing in the other locker room.
Oh, God.
So it set up for one of the greatest shootouts ever in the seventh game. And I remember
Larry Bird, he passed by our locker room. He's like, there's nobody in here can guard me. But he was just playing, though. Yeah, because he was friends.
I remember before.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Larry Bird, literally the greatest trash talker. It's no way. Like you know how much confidence and like non-giving a fuck in this you gotta have. You know what I'm saying? Like you do not care at all, bro. Literally, because they said the same thing for the All-Star game or no, the All-Star shootout. He told everybody in the locker room, "Y'all not gonna win. Y'all literally are just filler players at this point. We all know I'm gonna win." Like, bro, I don't see nobody nowadays doing it. Do y'all see anybody nowadays doing that, bro? Because we had see it on social media, we would have know about it. You know what I'm saying? Larry Bird is like literally the last person to do this type of stuff. And then on top of that, he'd talk crazy like that and then do it. Then he'll do it, bro. It's like, yeah. Like I said, he's not human, bro.
But he was just playing, though.
He's not human.
Yeah, because he was playing.
I remember before this big game against Dominique that Larry was out shooting, and I was out shooting early at one end of the court. Larry was down at the other end, and I noticed that Larry was down there like shooting left-handed jump hooks from like 12, 15 feet. Now, he made left-handed shots, but I saw him shooting right-handed jump hooks from 12 or 15 feet. And I went down there and go like, what are you doing? He goes, my Achilles tendons are killing me. My step back it won't work tonight. I need that jump hook. And he made something that game. I mean, it's just unbelievable. That just tells you his confidence and tells you what kind of a player he was, just to have a game plan of what shots he was going to make that night.
So it set up for one of the greatest shootouts ever in the 7th game.
Despite Bird's brash words, the Hawks seemed unintimidated. And it would quickly become apparent that if Larry was to make good on his prediction, he would have to contend with a high-flying Dominique Wilkins, who would simply...
Let me know if you want some Dominique Wilkins highlights, because I'm seeing him, he like a problem in that air, I ain't gonna lie. He like a problem.
Play the game of his life.
Okay.
Shingo Donald's all set, and the tip goes to Boston.
We came into Game 7 with the right mindset, believing that we would have a chance to win Game 7.
You know, it was one of those Sundays in the Boston Garden, hot, crowd crazy. They expected they were going to win. I don't think they expected to have a tussle like they had in that game.
Game 7 would go down as one of the greatest games in NBA history.
Dominique was an unstoppable player. No guy could guard him in the league man for man.
He said man for man.
You could see his competitiveness. You could see his determination in that Game 7.
There was only one player on the floor who could match his will.
Bird is open. Do they want him to take that shot? With 6 points.
What is this?
Parrish picks for Bird. Gets the roll.
Shooting hand wide open.
Oh my God!
Very difficult.
Oh!
And I remember
Larry Bird.
Open.
Picks for Bird.
Oh!
Gets the roll.
Shooting hand wide open.
Like literally, he knows there's 2 people in his face. He doesn't not care at all. Remember, he says Achilles was hurting. Don't care. In your mouth.
Bird with a very difficult angle.
It really should have been a foul too.
And I remember he only had 12 points going to the 4th quarter.
I remember coming down the floor, and I remember myself, Larry Bird, and Kevin Willis.
I really believe this. The reason why Larry Bird got so hot in that game, in that 4th quarter, Kevin Willis and I and Bird was running down the court, and we were running down the court, and Kevin reached across me, put his hands, and puts his finger in Larry Bird's chest, said, don't let this so-and-so score any more tonight. Kevin Willis came over and said, Nick, don't let him score tonight. And Bird standing around. The next time I'm looking at Kevin. What you doing? What are you doing? You know, his Bird's eyes got like this big. You don't want
So he poked Larry. So they literally said, why you never poke Larry Bird? This is a literal thing. So he literally poked. Like I said, don't poke Larry Bird. That's like saying, don't never poke a bear. Larry Bird is a bear. Right? They just awoken up. That's like a bear, when a bear going to hibernation, don't talk to him. Because if you wake him up during hibernation, he will literally eat your head off in 2 seconds. Larry Bird, this dude, you mean tell me you literally went up to a Larry Bird and talk crazy like that? What did you think was going to happen? Bro. And they know. And that's the thing too. They know that Larry Bird is like that. They know Larry Bird is, the greatest trash talker. They know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think because he was hurt that game. I don't know why he didn't have that many points. But even if he is having an off night, don't talk crazy. Because now he can have the best game of his life right now. And that's literally what they just poked the bear. And that's probably what's going to happen.
Waking a sleeping giant.
Sleeping giant. That's what I'm saying.
Like this big. You don't want to awaken a sleeping giant. He got 12 points. Don't wake him up.
Right. Yo, make him mad.
You crazy?
Leave him sleep.
Let him stay asleep.
Yes.
What you doing? You don't wake up a sleeping giant.
And his eyes got that big. You know, it's like his eyes got this big. I looked at Kevin, what are you doing? And from that point, it was a shooting match. That fourth quarter was unbelievable.
On the drive, Bird with a reverse wraparound. Wilkins from the perimeter.
That's running the offense.
Bird is open. Do they want him to take that shot?
They left Bird open.
Larry was torturing him. Dominique was torturing me on when he had the ball.
That fourth quarter, maybe the best fourth quarter as far as mano-mano of all time.
Bird gets it in low on the turnaround against Wilkins.
Mano-mano duel, Bird versus
Wilkins responds.
I got to come down there offensively. I got to carry the load now. I got to keep us going.
It's Bird's turn.
And I remember sitting down before the fourth quarter, and I'm watching the game.
And I remember they took me out for a blow, and Kevin and Cliff Livingston came in the game, and he got hot.
And I remember Coach said, all right, Nick, go in there and slow him down. I said, slow him down?
He hot now. Forget that. That's the only thing I can do is try to match him bucket for bucket.
Right. That's what turned out one of the greatest fourth quarters ever.
So we're playing, and the ball goes up. You know how you clear space, you get that rebound every day. You're not even worried about it. Because I push it, and I go up to get it, and all of a sudden, man, there's just a force all over my shoulder. He grabs it, he dunks it. You know, short shorts, they were right here.
Dang!
You know those short shorts? They were right here. Right now. I mean, he threw that thing down, and I was like, oh my, and Larry has the classic line. Larry goes, shoot, I better box that guy out, huh, Kev? I said, yeah. I said,
they're gonna leap over you like Jordan, just leap. Bro got fucking springs under his shoes.
Body on him. That was one of the craziest things ever.
No.
I'd never seen a guy that high in my life. He just threw it down.
Short shorts right here, huh, kid?
Right here, baby. That was not. I still have nightmares about that, Smitty.
Obviously. You had 47 in that game. Larry Bird had 34, but 20 of those
In that quarter. But like I said, I think he ended with 34 for the game.
And the duel continues.
I don't think it was so much edge they had. I just thought it was a player that they had, and that was Larry Bird. Who basically put the team on his shoulders in that fourth quarter.
The Celtics are ahead of the Atlanta Hawks. 84-82. Will return to the Garden.
And make it easier for him to bring the ball up.
Bird now cuts free.
The defense.
Tied at 88. With Bird again pulling up. Putting ball in. Bird attempting to break free. Stays with it. And the continuation for Larry Bird.
Oh, Larry Bird. Larry Bird. Larry Bird.
Bird attempting to break free. Stays with
Like,
it.
bro, come on, man. Remember, he's not even left-handed. Remember that. He's not left-handed. While he's falling down, off balance, it's kind of just a, how can I make this shot? You know what I'm saying? I probably am going to miss it, but I'm going to still throw it up anyway to see how good I really am. And Larry Bird, you're very good. You're very talented. So, even his shots that he think not going to go in might just go in. And it shows you right here. Wow, bro.
Bird attempting to break free. Stays with it, and the foul is called. The continuation for Larry Bird. We're up by 7. Dominique hits a 3. Lead to Bird off the fake. Improves his position. Wilkins ties it for Atlanta.
You know, Dominique was pretty much the whole game. Larry, the fourth quarter, kind of then, carried their team. That's what made him so great.
Bird cuts free. Left hands in for the field goal.
This is a type of game. Who's going to blink first?
Wilkins responds.
Sideline between the two of them.
It's Bird's turn. And it gets it back. And Dominique.
You ate that?
Bird snaps free.
Double? It don't matter. In his mouth. Larry Bird. Larry Bird.
Johnson gets it into Bird. And Wilkins is there. Bird
Post.
free.
Man, at his face. Look at his face. He didn't woke a sleeping giant. Oh my God. Oh. I've never even seen Larry Bird this mad. Like, he looks generally, and remember, at about this point he probably dropped like 100 points. You know what I'm saying? By this point in the game. So he not even happy. You know what I mean? He not even happy, bro. You literally made him so mad to the point that he don't, even if the game over, he's still gonna say, come on, bro. Let's play. Let's keep playing. I don't even care if the clock hit 000s. I still want you. Like, you want to talk crazy to me? Larry Bird? You talking to me? Me? You gonna poke me in my chest? Larry Bird? You know what I'm saying? He ain't play. Hey, bro. If I had to guard Larry Bird this game and I made him this bad, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. I just leave him open. I'm just leaving him open. Might as well forget it. They've got no chance. Then he gonna start talking crazy on top of it. They had a chance to beat us, and we all knew if we lost, it meant vacation tomorrow. Oh, Larry Bird. Larry Bird.
Losing number 6. Larry Bird started the game slowly. But here in the fourth period, he has shown you why he's a future Hall of Famer. 20 points this quarter. He is 9 of 10 in this period. He has hit his last 6 field goals. And as far as Larry Bird is concerned, it's Detroit. Here we come.
You know, get the ball to Larry and let him make the read, because if they come double, he's going to make the right play. And the game wasn't that complicated for him, and he made some tough shots. Like I said, some left-handed running hooks, and you know, and again, he wasn't feeling great at that time of the year, at that moment, and to watch him just gut it out and just to will his body to even finish that game, let alone score 20 in the fourth quarter of a Game 7 is mind-boggling to me.
Larry Bird that night was, listen, he was unbelievable, and he was so clutch. Meek was just as clutch that night. It's just that Larry in the fourth quarter was unstoppable.
So clutch is not just the final 3 or 4 seconds of a game.
And the thing is, we were sending everybody at him to slow him down. He was so hot that I think one of the shots he hit was a left-handed 3. That's when you know a guy is in the zone.
Bro, switching hands on you. He's switching hands.
The lead changes. The Celtics once were up by 7. Dominique hits a 3.
Because they knew who was going to get the ball. It's like Robert Parrish always said, 40,000 eyes on Larry Bird because they knew he was going to get the ball. And we knew it, our opponents knew it, and now it's just up to them to stop it.
Can't stop it. Can't stop it. Can't stop, won't stop.
The Boston Celtics will win this series.
Man, he was doing a little bit of everything. I don't know really what he was doing in that fourth quarter, but the stuff that he was doing, it was unbelievable, man. I mean, he was throwing left-hand shots, running hooks. His game was at another level. We was trying to match each other's will.
20 of his 34 in the fourth quarter. Dominique had...
Yeah. Larry Bird hit more clutch shots, you know, in pressure situations than any player.
I told you about each and every one, right?
You talked about Larry Bird saying someone's got to lose this game. When did he say that to you? Early in the fourth or late in the fourth?
No, it was late in the fourth quarter. It was probably like, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds to go in the game. I think it was a timeout, or we were taking the ball out of the bounds. I can't remember what it was, but I remember him saying that, and he said, you know, we both deserve to win, but somebody got to go home. And man, to his credit, man, he took the Celtics and put them on his back. And
he would call the spot.
Yeah.
You know, but he never called a spot against me. That's kind of disrespect.
I ain't talking about not against me.
Bird talk trash.
Yes, can let you know. Let you know every time.
But it ain't the trash. It wasn't the trash word, it was the meaning. You know, it was like, I'm going to shoot left-handed this time.
Right.
Why you put a white boy guard? You got a white guy up in there.
Pretty much that was it. I mean, that was one of the greatest performances I've seen from a guy in those circumstances. Because you're talking about 7th game in the playoffs. To carry his team the way he did in that fourth quarter.
When you talk about the clutch shots, he hit 10 clutch shots
I was going to say
that game.
It was crazy, too, because it's rare in a game you feel it. Like, you know, you guys have been in games where after the games, people say, man, that was the most amazing game, but you were in it. And you were like, you know, I didn't feel that. I knew it was a good game.
Right.
That was one of the few games I was saying, this was a hell of a game right now. It was a hell of a game. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's big too, because anybody who ever plays sports and stuff like that, it's easy to get in the zone. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what they really teach you is to get in the zone, be locked in, focused, and you're not really thinking about everything that's going around. You just focus on what you got to do. So if you were in a game and you're locked in, focused, and you still feel the energy and all the presence of this is a great game, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know, like, yeah, that's a real good game, man. For real.
Like poetry in motion. I mean, he knew how to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's like poetry in motion. I mean, he knew how to play the game before you even got to him.
And it was a shootout in the fourth quarter. It came down to the last shot.
One left to ponder what might have been.
That nigga bad as hell.
The other to lead his team onward.
And let me know what you thought about this video down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy the video. Hit that like button if you want to support.